Disclaimer, please excuse the quality of this picture, but I am using an iDevice and I am blind, so I cannot see or adjust it, and so it's just kind of what it is. Does it drive you nuts to hear that every time I start a video? You know, some people have their introductions. I just kind of have my usual, okay, this video is gonna suck, and that's because I'm blind, and that's just the way it is. Okay, so it is Monday. I just put vlog on top of vlog. I did Big Brother and then closed it out and then didn't think to add another movie. I just started recording again and then I'm like, okay, wait a second. I did this and I'm not supposed to be doing this here. So I have now changed. It is Monday. Let's do a Monday vlog, shall we? Instead of combining a BB vlog and a Monday vlog. Actually, what I'm going to do now is to experiment again with editing an audio vlog, and because last week I found that if I kind of if I created it and then tried using this particular, playing it on my Braille Sense and putting the phone like right here. Of course, under most circumstances, there's not a big old cord in the way. You can just sit flat on the speaker. And that was the best audio recording from here, the Braille Sense, to here, the vlogging device I have ever had. So I'm going to go ahead and try to edit this audio vlog, because I just went ahead and created an audio vlog because it was just the easiest thing to grab was my audio recorder. So I went ahead and did that, and I'm going to try that because, again, I've got more freedom to edit stuff and cut stuff out if I use audio recordings and not this. Okay, let's see how this works. Actually, it didn't sound as good as it did before, unfortunately. Oh, I mean, it doesn't sound as good when I'm playing it from here onto here as it did last time. I think that had to do with the fact that last time I was recording it directly from the Braille Sense, and this time I'm recording it using a different recorder and then saving the file to the Braille Sense. But again, it's all completely experimental. Let's play this, see how it works. It'll either work to my satisfaction or it won't. And if y'all have any comments about how this sounds, let me know what you think of it. If it sounds too bad, obviously I will not use that plan for copying audio files from here to here so that we can turn them into video files. But what do you think of this? Let's see what I think of this when I finish this up and am able to listen to it. I can't really even listen to it right now. Does anyone else who has Comcast and use voice guidance find yourself sometimes getting up in the morning and the freaking voice guidance is off when you know you didn't turn it off? I think it's when it restarts, you know, it seems like every night it restarts, the box restarts, and for some reason, I don't know when the default started being restart and turn voice guidance off, but that's a pain in the neck for someone who needs voice guidance. Fortunately, it's easy enough for me to fix. When it just doesn't talk to me, I know how to turn it back on. I'm getting really good at that because that's happened like, I'm not even sure how many times over the past couple weeks, but it's like, okay, Comcast, I wish that wouldn't happen. If voice guidance is turned on, I wish it wouldn't turn off until we turn it off. In the meantime, I just played Blindfold bowling. I think I eventually do explain how this works in the course of these games. And I tried to post it to Twitter. By the way, I have 2 Twitter accounts, and it ended up posting to the wrong one. And so you're not going to see it, even if you do follow me on Twitter, which I'm at TheRealNV87. I'll leave that down below like I always do, but yeah. If you do follow me on Twitter, you're not going to see these scores, but this Blindfold bowling app, it's really cool. It's a bowling app specifically made for blind people. Obviously, it's a pretend bowling app. It's like a video game except for blind people, so it's an audio game, obviously. But it's actually a fun way to waste time, is what I kind of think of it as. But it's cool, and I like it. And I thought I'd just grab my recorder and let y'all take y'all with me to play a couple of rounds.
Over 7 pins, leaving 3 pins standing. 6, 7, 10. Throw your second ball. 1, center 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. You knocked over 2 pins, leaving 1 pin standing. 7. You scored 9 points.
Kathy throws the first ball.
Kathy's not all that good.
Kathy knocked over 3 pins, leaving 7 pins standing.
But you should have seen
Kathy throws the second ball.
You should have seen me when I was doing this earlier.
Kathy knocked over 3 pins, leaving 4 pins standing. Kathy scored 6 points.
It's player 1's turn. Frame 2. Throw your first ball.
I usually score like 8 or 9 points per roll.
Center.
Over 9 pins, leaving 1 pin standing. 10. Throw your second ball.
Okay, let's see if I can do this.
4, 5. You made a spare.
Kathy throws the first ball.
You should have seen the guy I was playing earlier. His name was Bob. He sucked.
Kathy knocked over 4 pins, leaving 6 pins standing. Kathy throws the second ball.
I outright kicked him in the butt. I just completely...
Kathy knocked over 2 pins, leaving 4 pins standing.
I won that game against Bob.
6 points.
Fair and square, and
Frame 3. Throw your
Kathy,
first ball.
let's see how I do against her. So far, I think I'm winning.
Center.
1. You made a strike.
Kathy throws
Yeah.
the first ball.
And I keep making rolls like that, I'm definitely going to win.
Kathy knocked over 3 pins, leaving 7 pins standing. Kathy throws the second ball.
Are we only on frame 2? I mean, she is already only...
Kathy knocked over 2 pins, leaving 5 pins standing. Kathy scored 5 points.
Yeah, she scored...
One's turn. Frame 4. Throw your first ball.
She scored 11. I've scored 9. I've already beaten her.
Center.
You knocked over 8 pins, leaving 2 pins standing. 7. 10. Throw your second ball.
I didn't mean that. As soon as I said that and thought about what I said, I was like, that is not... Oh, well, doesn't matter.
4. You made a spare.
Kathy throws the first ball. Kathy knocked over 3 pins, leaving 7 pins standing. Kathy throws the second ball. Kathy knocked knocked over 2 pins, leaving 5 pins standing. Kathy scored 5 points.
It's player one's turn. Frame 5. Throw your first ball. 1. Center. 1. You made a strike.
Kathy throws the first ball. Kathy knocked over 2 pins, leaving 8 pins standing. Kathy throws the second ball. Kathy knocked over 2 pins, leaving 6 pins standing. Kathy scored 4 points.
It's player one's turn. Frame 6. Throw your first ball. Center. 1. You made a strike.
Kathy throws the first ball. Kathy knocked over 2 pins, leaving 8 pins standing. Kathy throws the second ball. Kathy knocked over 2 pins, leaving 6 pins standing. Kathy scored 4 points.
It's player one's turn. Frame 7. Throw your first ball. 1. Center. 1. You knocked over 9 pins, leaving 1 pin standing. 10. Throw your second ball. 3. 4. 5. 4. You made a spare.
Kathy throws the first ball.
Between this and
Kathy knocked over
that bowling outing I went to a couple of, like a month ago, it almost makes me want to join a bowling league. I'm thinking about it. I need to contact them because
leaving 5 pins standing. Kathy scored 5
the
points.
timing of the bowling
One's
league.
turn. Frame 8. Throw your first ball.
I'm worried about having to work. Assuming I can find a job, I'm worried about joining the league and then having to work
1. Center.
when the league
You made a strike.
Kathy throws the first ball.
is meeting. I mean, I'm gonna just level with whoever this contact
Kathy knocked
person
over
is.
5 pins, leaving 5 pins standing.
I'm gonna say, look,
The second ball.
should I even think about joining when I'm actively looking for employment?
3 pins, leaving 2 pins standing.
And obviously, if I actually do get a job,
Turn. Frame 9. Throw your first ball.
and say my hours are from 1 to 5 or something. Hello. I'm guessing it's going to be Monday through Friday, and clearly I will leave the league in favor of my job. Is that going to be okay, or should I even not join?
You made a strike.
If that's going to
Kathy
be
throws the first ball.
possible.
Kathy knocked over 4 pins, leaving 6 pins standing. Kathy throws the second ball.
I mean, I need to think about it. I would need to...
Kathy knocked over 3 pins, leaving 3 pins standing. Kathy scored 7 points.
It's player 1's turn. Frame 10. Throw your first ball.
I need to think about, do I have $44 a month to spend on this? I need to find out if there's any other, are there any other costs associated with it?
You knocked over 8 pins, leaving 2 pins standing. 7. 2. You missed all the pins on this
Yeah, that doesn't
throw,
surprise me.
leaving 2 pins standing. 7. 10.
Doesn't
You
always
scored
far
8
enough.
points.
Kathy throws the first ball. Kathy knocked over 4 pins, leaving 6 pins standing. Kathy throws the second ball. Kathy knocked over 1 pin, leaving 5 pins standing. Kathy scored 5 points.
You scored a total of 217 points.
Kathy scored a total of 55 points.
That was no contest.
You won this game.
Congratulations. You should post your score to Twitter by tapping the screen twice with 2 fingers. Swipe up to play a game, or swipe up with 3 fingers to return to the main menu.
Yeah, well, I'm having trouble with that. I go ahead and post it to Twitter, and again, I have it set up. Unfortunately, I end up posting it to the wrong Twitter account for you guys to see it. But what happens is I post it to Twitter, and then I can't seem to get back to the game. I end up having to close out the app and then restart in order to get the game back. I think I single finger tapped, and but then, you know, it was locked up. It was like nothing was happening. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna have to, if I want to post it, I've just got to decide, what do I want to do? Move on to a second round or post it to Twitter? Apparently I can't do both. I may email them about that. I think there's some kind of bug there.
Starting game. 10 pin. UN computer. Simple throw.
You are playing against Kathy. Kathy has fast ball speed and her ball accuracy is poor. Kathy scores an average of 63 points per game.
Its player wants to
I just kicked her ass last time. So
left and right, and then flick it.
I know.
You made a strike.
Kathy throws the first ball. Kathy knocked over 3 pins, leaving 7 pins standing. Kathy throws the second ball. Kathy knocked over 1 pin, leaving 6 pins standing. Kathy scored 4 points.
Its player wants turn. Frame 2. Throw your first ball.
Center. 1.
You made a strike.
Kathy throws the first ball. Kathy knocked over 1 pin, leaving 9 pins standing. Kathy throws the second ball. Kathy knocked over 2 pins, leaving 7 pins standing. Kathy scored 3 points.
Its player wants turn. Frame 3. Throw your first ball.
Center. 1.
You knocked over 8 pins, leaving 2 pins standing. 9. 10. Throw your second ball. 4. 5. You knocked over 1 pin, leaving 1 pin standing. 9. You scored 9 points.
Kathy throws the first ball. Kathy knocked over 5 pins, leaving 5 pins standing. Kathy throws the second ball. Kathy knocked over 2 pins, leaving 3 pins standing. Kathy scored 7 points.
Its player wants turn. Frame 4. Throw your first ball.
1. Center.
You knocked over 9 pins, leaving 1 pin standing. 7. Throw your second ball. 5. 4. 3. You made a spare.
Kathy throws the first ball.
I didn't think I made any. By the way, it just occurred to me that some people might not know how this thing works.
Kathy knocked over 3 pins, leaving 7
You
pins
put your
standing.
finger, it's all in where you put your finger on the screen. If you put it in the right position and make the right gesture, you can
Kathy knocked over 2 pins, leaving
knock
5
over
pins
a handful of pins, or all the pins, or only a couple of pins, or
Frame 5. Throw your first ball.
if you got a pin that you don't get over far enough to hit, you end up throwing a gutter ball, which in reality I always throw gutter balls, but in this game I kick ass here.
Center.
Well,
1.
I don't always kick ass. If I'm playing against a kick-ass player,
You made a strike.
they kick my
Kathy
ass,
throws
but
the first ball.
here lately I've been,
Kathy knocked over 2 pins, leaving 8 pins standing. Kathy throws the second ball.
they've been randomly putting me with these virtual souls who really need
knocked over 2 pins.
work on their aim.
6 pins standing. Kathy scored 4 points.
It's player one's turn. Frame 6. Throw your first ball.
Center. 1.
You made a strike.
Kathy throws the first ball. Kathy knocked over 4 pins, leaving 6 pins standing. Kathy throws the second ball. Kathy knocked over 2 pins, leaving 4 pins standing. Kathy scored 6 points.
It's player one's turn. Frame 7. Throw your first ball.
Center.
You knocked over 8 pins, leaving 2 pins standing. 9. 10. Throw your second ball. 3. 4. 5. 4. You knocked over 1 pin, leaving 1 pin standing. 9. You scored 9 points.
Kathy throws the first ball.
You know, I know they've got apps that actually
Kathy knocked over 5 pins, leaving
reward you money or points to accumulate through, you know, for gift cards or something. I wish this was one of those apps. I would
knocked over 3 pins,
rack something up,
2 pins standing.
potentially.
Kathy scored 8 points.
It's player one's turn. Frame 8. Throw your first ball.
1. Center.
You knocked over 9 pins, leaving 1 pin standing. 7. Throw your second ball.
Those ones in the middle are hard to aim for.
1. 1, 2, 3. 2, 4.
You made a spare.
Kathy throws the first ball. Kathy knocked over 4 pins, leaving 6 pins standing. Kathy throws the second ball.
Yeah, it used to tell me all the pins that she had
Kathy knocked over 3 pins.
not knocked over. I'm like, let me turn that off. I went into settings for the first time
It's player one's turn. Frame 9. Throw your first ball.
and found out I could turn that off. I was like, yeah, let's turn that off. I don't know. I don't want to know what numbers the other person needs to aim for. I want to know what I have to aim for.
1.
You made a strike.
Kathy throws the first ball. Kathy knocked over 2 pins, leaving 8 pins standing. Kathy throws the second ball. Kathy knocked over 1 pin, leaving 7 pins standing. Kathy scored 3 points.
It's player one's turn. Frame 10. Throw your first ball.
You can probably play this game if you can't see, but it's just, you don't have to be able to see in order to play it, I guess is the point.
1. Center.
You knocked over 8 pins, leaving 2 pins standing. 7. 10. Throw your second ball.
I don't think I'll be able to get all of them.
4. 5. 4.
I might be able to get one.
You made a spare.
Oh,
It's player one's turn.
that was a
Throw
surprise.
your bonus ball.
1. 2. 1. Center.
You knocked over 8 pins, leaving 2 pins standing. 7. 10. You scored 18 points.
Kathy throws the first ball. Kathy knocked over 2 pins, leaving 8 pins standing. Kathy throws the second ball. Kathy knocked over 1 pin, leaving 7 pins standing. Kathy scored 3 points.
You scored a total of 222 points.
Kathy scored a total of 50 points.
You won this game.
Congratulations. You should post your score to Twitter by tapping the screen twice with 2 fingers. Swipe up to play again, or swipe up with 3 fingers to return to the main menu.
I ended up tweeting it and then just not playing anymore after that on this particular. I'll probably come back to that later.
So I don't know how that's going to end up turning out. It might be that that's how I do audio vlogs. I'll edit it. I'll do it in the first place using an audio recorder, edit it using another audio recorder, and then save it onto this Braille Sense and play it into the video so that it comes up as a video file that I can actually post. I should do a Sightless Sunday demo on that, blindfold bowling. Okay, change of plans. It's a good thing I had that blindfold bowling thing to actually make a video out of today. I actually decided that this bank thing isn't going to happen today. If for no other reason, for this reason. I'm not going to the bank and taking this thing over there only to find out that it's not what I think it is. It probably is, but probably, well, you know, if I didn't have anything else going today, which I don't, it's not worth the inconvenience, I don't think, of not knowing what it is. So now I've got to figure out what exactly, plus my plans for tomorrow got changed. Fortunately, she called me with plenty of time to cancel them. Now I've just got to figure out what I am going to do tomorrow, because I'm not going to do this do nothing for a fourth day, okay? This is getting out of control. I'm actually going to try to, I wouldn't call what I just got a good amount of sleep. It got me enough sleep to where I can think. But I'm thinking I probably should just stay up and about and like doing something instead of going back to sleep, because I've got to get back into something that is something at least anywhere similar to a normal schedule again. I've got to, I can't be up all night and sleep all day. This is what I was doing last year, but I was doing that because I actually had a night shift that I worked. And as much as I liked that job, that was actually one of 2 jobs I had for the same company that ended up having to lay me off due to financial problems on the company's end. But as much as I liked that job, I mean, I did like it, but a couple of things, or nothing actually happened, but there was something that could have happened if we didn't get me off that job when we did. And I'm kind of glad it worked out that way, because as much as I loved it, I will not say that that was my favorite shift to work. In terms of hours. It was 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. And I remember thinking, I'm a night owl, I've got that. But then I tried to stay up between 9 p.m. and 6 a.m. just before I had the job to prepare for that. And I'm going, holy crap. There's a difference. But now here lately, I've been just doing that, being up those hours, but I am really not interested in, I mean, if a night shift is the only graveyard overnight, that's not night shift, that is overnight. If that's the only shift that I can get, because that's the only place where there's somebody willing to hire me, and, you know, the location's good, etc., but that's the shift they need me in, then I'll just grit my teeth and say, there are some things about every job that you don't love, and this is going to be that for me, but I'll do it. this is how much this job is going to mean to me. See, that's the thing about me and jobs. Once I actually get one, it means everything to me. It is, you know, I mean, I put everything into it. I want to be such a good worker that when junk goes down, I want the HR people or the bosses or whatever to say to each other, who are we going to let go? Well, we can't let Ann go. She's too good. She's too good of a worker. She's one of the best workers we have. Let's let this other person go who blows off their job half the time or doesn't understand the concept of calling in when they're not going to make it, or, you know, I mean, I don't want to be the one that they let go because I'm not a good worker anyway. I'm the most expendable person. And that strategy might have worked in my last job if maybe it was a bigger company. Or, I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to microanalyze why my best wasn't good enough for that job. Because, I mean, I'm not even going to do that to myself. My best was good enough for that job. I mean, my boss said that she would recommend me to anyone, and, you know, I believe her. And, you know, when this happened, of course, it broke my heart, but I know, you know, from the beginning, I knew this was nothing I did. This crap that went down is just... I know what went down. I refuse to talk about it on YouTube. It's no one's business. Not even people that I've told about it know all of the details because there were confidentiality. There were, you know, confidential details involved, and whether I work there or not, I do take confidentiality seriously. So, where was I going with all of that? I was saying that right now I seem to have gotten myself into this epitome of night owl. Do some of my best stuff. For some reason, my brain seems to think best at night, I guess. But honest to goodness, I don't want a 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. job. It gets complicated with... I mean, I saw a job application that said you need to be willing to work from like 2 a.m. to 6 p.m. 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. or something. My text messages is yelling at me. Let me find out what that is. But I saw that and I was like, that's probably not going to work. It's harder to find transportation when it's 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. than it is when it's 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Now let me turn this off and find out who's texting me. Why does my camera app do this? Or iMovie is what it is. I say use video and it just sits on the use video. It doesn't actually use the video. That time I did a lot of talking and I was like, you're going to use this. I'm not going to go back and restate all of that. And I did it I did it a couple of times and eventually it finally worked. Okay, so the bottom line is I have completely worked myself into this night owl lifestyle. Awake at night, sleep during the day, and unless that is the hours that I'm destined to hold on an actual job, I need to get into something that's halfway normal. I mean, stay up late, okay, but there's staying up late, and then there's what that is. So, I'm thinking I need to not go back to sleep. I need to try to resist that temptation if I can, so that come 11, 12, 1 in the morning, I'm so exhausted that I just crash, and then wake up at 7, 8, 9. So, meanwhile, tomorrow just, I never did say what my plans had been for tomorrow, but those just changed. I I need to kind of make some plans for tomorrow. Those plans might involve going to the bank. Or should... I don't know. I'll figure that out. But like I said, I'm not taking this to the bank until I have somebody tell me that it is, in fact, what it is. It is, in fact, what I think it is. Because if it's not, it's pointless to take a paper that is just a note or something to the bank. Okay, this has turned into a long, long video. I probably should have stopped after the bowling thing, but see, I don't have to go out to make this a huge video, and I'm going to stop it. I hope you're liking what you are seeing. I hope you'll like and subscribe. Sorry this one got so long. I know that, I mean, there's longer videos than 15 minutes, which I definitely like to be able to do. And then there's what this is. This is like 45 minutes. Good grief. I hope you're liking what you've seen, or what you are seeing. If you are, I hope you'll like and subscribe, and I will see you for the next video. Bye.